Cool. That may be a setting, or that may be because I've turned things down. Okay, right. Well, if that's something like it, let's begin. Hey there, Silver Tongue Devil here. Now that that's out of the way, let's go and get some kills. So my plan for this little stream is to go over a few of the things that I found to maximize your time and your kills. First thing I'm going to go and have a look at is we've got something that I've got to put on that we've just been talking about in the chat. Oh, that needs sorting out. They've done it again. What is this left-handed bow? Right, let's try resistance privilege. Because I don't know if anyone's tried it yet. See if we get both bits of armor. I mean, it says it's a no. Okay, so first place we're going to go. Where do we think out of all of these glorious levels we would be able to get the most kills? That's right. It's the Abyss. But it is going to be a little subjective because we are going to need a specific pit. So, maximizing kills wise, we're just going to go straight to a certain somewhere. Hopefully, we don't miss it. Oops. Now it's not looking like what I'm after is where I want it. Could have made things easier. Oh no, there it is. Look, there it is. Now, so the first thing that we want to maximize these kills is that little thing over there. Now, a top tip that I've probably never covered before, where you enter the pit from is where you exit it. So we are safe. And oh, look at this. Look at the streamer. Excellent. Hello, JJ, or Elite Jonathan, rather. How we doing? So, let's rinse all of these guys. Now, I don't really care about the orphan, but let's get her anyway. I'm not here for points. Kills. Now you see that I am rushing things a little bit. You want to be doing this nice and carefully. Well, shouldn't be doing any more taunting. So, this is going to be place number 1 for kills. Oh, he is, isn't he? Yes, that's quite right, Camille. I'm going to use summoners. Now, what I found is your best strat here. Get rid of everything around. And then we will concentrate on those summoners, and you can get a decent amount of kills if you do this at a slightly higher cycle. Ooh, cheeky ones. Thankfully, we don't need to worry about life. No. Why repeat the pit of agony? We can literally now just sit here. That's 1 kill. That's 2 kills. That's 3 kills. That's 4 kills. And so on. So there is. This is actually probably the easiest one, because you can just sit up here, or don't go in the lava. Sit over here and just happily shoot everything. Actually, over here is probably best. You do have to worry about the occasional one sneaking up there. One of the other things we can do as well is, if you were to do this on a later cycle, somebody tell him how I'm doing it. So what I'm doing is I am listening to you guys chat. I've got a very clever little text-to-speech program overlay on my YouTube channel. Hello. Which abominations take advantage of. You see that? I was listening to the text and he crept up on me. Why? So yeah, I've got a very little clever program that is converting the text in the chat to speech for me. So please, all be gentle. Because if you keep spamming the chat, this could be a nightmare, but I will weather it. Anyway, so number 1, Pit of Agony. You can literally just sit here and farm kills all day, be it bow, be it crossbow. I've tested it already. These all do count, regardless of the fact that they're not scoring points or money. So let's get rid of them. So there you have it, Pit of Agony, ladies and gentlemen. That's the pit to go to. It's also the better scoring pit anyway. If you'd have kept quiet, you would have got away with that. I was going to go in there, but see what happens. So next on the agenda, if anyone's been here from the start, we're going to be going somewhere that Camille's already said about. Now this one isn't quite as good and is a lot more intense. I can't even be bothered. I'm going to be killing loads of those in a minute. So from what I can gather, it's all runs total as far as kills is concerned, and as far as score is concerned, so top score, it'll be like a leaderboard, very much like the normal leaderboards. So for instance, I've got 300 odd thousand, 350 odd thousand or something like that, just through spinning through the game and just checking some things. Oh, and yeah, you don't carry armor, or you don't carry the extra armor into here, just so we know. So resistance privilege is unfortunately no use to us, and blessed quiver is also no use to us either. So for those of you just joining, I have gone through into the Pit of Agony, killed the spawns from the summoners there. So that's one way that we can really up the community's kills. Just go and sit in agony, get them kills. Another way, I'm going to show you now. If a lot of you are high cycle players, i.e. getting past cycle 1, this will probably be very alien to you. But we're going to kill everything at the last stage of Asmo. Done. Do I need to lure you into the lava? Probably alright just to attack you, aren't I? You probably don't know. Quick little tutorial on how to do asmodeus. So this is the little technique on these boulders that I like to do. Literally just moving my hand from left to right, spam the sharp button, gets out of the way of these boulders when he flings them. So what I usually like to do is whatever side he's flinging them from, that's the way we go. So he's flinging them from the left, we go into him. He's flinging them from the right, we go into him. Doing it that way, I've never been hit. Oh, I can just pause it, can't I? I'm wondering if my speech to text has stopped. There we go. So, technical hitch here, guys and gals, in that I'm using my phone to do the reading the text out, and if my phone goes into standby, it stops. So, bear with whilst I just stop my phone doing that. Because I do like hearing you lot chatting. As off-putting as it is, I will grin and bear because it's awesome. Accessibility, no. Actually, it's nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. So, there we are. Screen timeout. Okay. All right, well, we might have a bit of a problem. I'm just going to have to make sure I tap my phone every 10 minutes. Right. On. Right, apologies if I didn't see any of your questions there. Anything or I haven't responded to you. Please repeat. What we're going to do here is going to rinse through all of these guys. I know this is not the way usually. Anybody. Sharding twice is all you need. Oh, hello. You guys. Sneaky. So, yeah, anybody should be able to do this because it's literally just about kills. You don't even need to worry about the score. That's nothing to do with things. So what we're going to do here is hopefully set up a nice little position. A single shard. I hate the shard. A single shard is enough to get out of the way. Rinse these guys. Now, this method is a little more intense as far as the kills are concerned. Because, I mean, that's a lot of arrows coming our way. Plus, he's chucking boulders like there ain't no thing. But this is another way. Obviously, none of this scores us points. Yes, that's exactly why I crossbow is faster. Also, the other thing as well is I was planning on doing the stream for a good couple of hours. And doing this, I mean, we may have a good bow, but I don't think there's going to be any difference on the technique or anything. In accuracy, whoa, my accuracy is better on the bow than it is with the crossbow. So as you can see, this one I wouldn't recommend quite as much, just because there's a lot going on. I think this is the best place to stand. If we get a distance, that's just going to cause problems. And also, if you're in front of Aston, it's a possibility you might hit him in the horn. So yeah, that's another method for you. Get these kills up. And yeah, I'm not too bothered about getting here because each one of those is like a try, and we got loads of them. Although we're not going to be able to replenish them in this mode. It's going to be a bit of a pain. See, I know the spot you're talking about, and it's not all the time, and it protects you from one side. I think, if it's the same place that I think you're talking about anyway. And yes, I used to love the gate. I hate that they got rid of the gate. I used to love the gate. The portal is, I don't know, it just doesn't feel quite as dramatic. It doesn't feel like a lock-in. It doesn't feel like Nightmare. And I do love Nightmare. Yeah, there are places you can stand in. This is actually something I wanted to draw the attention to. Let's get rid of this dude because he's seen me. And this dude because he's seen me. And that dude because he's seen me. And fellas, look, I was just going to point something out, all right? Oh, that's a sneaky arrow. Where's that from? Is that you? It's not you. Oh, that arrow was straight. Literally straight as an arrow. Where did that come from? The motor is located just behind the trigger. Yeah, anyway, I still don't know where that arrow came from. It was a straight one, so it had to be a red monk. But I don't see a red monk. Maybe I killed him. This is awesome. What a small detail. We're not allowed to go in, but they crushed them nonetheless. I absolutely love it. I think it's excellent. Here, super bright. More of that. Anyway, on with what we're doing. So I'm trying to get the minimum of kills here, because we can just be a lot more efficient with the kills that we're going to get at a certain somewhere. I'll take my vengeance out on you, that'll do. And yeah, I don't particularly think I'm fast. I've seen some people that I think are very fast. You can indeed. That is my number 3, Anakin's minion farming which is where we're going to go to now. Now, obviously, it's a little bit more difficult because we haven't got the usual ways and means, because we are now a purist of taking out Anakin easily. But we can still do something like it. Now, if you were on the bow, I would say stay normally. If you're on the crossbow, it's probably better to get close because you're going to do more damage. This is a much better technique for points. Hey, dude. Somebody gaming, but I missed it. So what we're going to do now... I mean, I would personally say this is more sustainable. The further you get through the cycles, the tougher the enemies are going to get. The tougher the enemies are getting, the harder they are to take down. The harder they are to take down, the slower we're doing it. And the slower we're doing it, well, the less efficient we're being. So I would have said farming them in this manner is probably more efficient. When we've got all the archers going with, it's probably less dangerous, he says, with an abomination of claws back. So what we're doing, I'm really where these guys have spawned where? Ah, Big Smith Gaming, I heard it that time. Smith. I thought it was, I heard somebody gaming. Yeah, I'm good. Farming. Always farming. The one thing that I like about this mode, actually, or the stupid thing that I like about this mode, I don't have to be accurate. Absolutely great. Where do we want you? This is cycle 2. Ooh. Oh, a little bit of silver lining. See ya. Now you can go right over there. Oh, I don't think he's getting it. So. Every single one of these is counted as a kill. Has he got another spawn? I think he has. Or has he got another spawn in him? You know what? I don't think he has. Now this is the other tricky part, is to make sure we're just killing the minions and not Anakin. And I would have said, yeah, we've got two farming spots behind us. This one will probably be the last. And what we'll do, we'll probably stay here till... We'll stay here for a little bit. Because there is one other thing. Now will he do it? I've been practicing with this. Yes! So, a little silver lining thing showed off in one of my Anakin videos. I've been playing around with it a little bit to do another one of my little tips in 30 ticks. So, excellent sidestep. That's still agility for a big guy. So let's see if I can go? No, you didn't. Okay. Now I know if I go here, you'll go there. It still confounds me, this behaviour sometimes. Oh, good at night. Now are you going to go? Now you're going to go. Yeah, I think there's only specific, very specific corners. I know you locked onto me. Yeah, there you go. Now, can I make you do something else? Right, we're not going to spend too much longer here. I think this... Oh, no, it's not this corner. This corner works a lot better. Or seems to be more consistent. And this is part of that whole silver lining thing that I know Camille's been using. I dare say Harry might have been using a little bit as well. Straight into that corner. And then he should go where I was without turning. No, he's coming to the other corner where I was just now. Interesting. Well, as long as he goes on a surreptitious route, I am happy. Right. Let us down that fool. What I don't know is if the kills that he takes down with him on his death count towards your kill total, but I know every single one of those kills that I just got then counts. So the only other thing that we can do is go through the cycles, which is why it's not a bad shout to start at the abyss each time, especially if you don't get agony. I'm just going to whiz through this. Reason being, there's probably if you my last video that I did, if you want to see me ignoring every good piece of advice that I was giving out to beginners, now's the time. Let's just make sure the phone's going. There we go. Cool. On. So yeah, the only other thing that we can do is increase the cycle to make things a little bit hotter and heavier at those spawning points. So I know they changed things recently. I know they changed things recently with the amount of summoners that come, with the amount of minions that come from a summoner, or all levels. It used to be a case of there was always 4, and then every cycle, or I think it was every 2 or 3 cycles, added an extra one to the cap. So you could get to the point where summoners could spawn a maximum. Oh, let's get that way. Ooh, that's a lot of cupids. See you later. Summoners used to get... Oh, could really do with that. Blood of the Lamb right now. Summoners used to get, I think it was 4 to begin with, and then +1 per 2 cycles. So at about cycle 8 to 10, a summoner could spawn 8 tracks, something like that. The numbers have been reduced though, so it's a little bit different now. No, come closer. Come closer. My crossbow's pathetically weak at that distance, Gabe. Come on now. one thing I do like to do. The shield will block those fireballs. You have to... Oh, good effort. You have to make sure it's really far out in front of you, though. Gabe's not so bad with the crossbow. Here's a shot that you guys can try. Damn it. So, something for you speedrunner types, one of the things that you can do is if you are up here... I don't think I can get back up there from this angle. Without going over the top. Nope, you're going to have to take my word for it. If you're up there... No, okay, maybe you're not. If you are up the top there, before, as all of the bits and pieces, all of these gubbins are loading in, so say for instance you're speeding through the level, you can hit that portal. It's a really difficult shot though. Just off. The other problem as well is you don't get the vibration of it, which is really unfortunate. So, what we are going to do is we're going to go straight to the pit, and we're going to see. That's always going to cost me life, isn't it? We're going to see. Did I just see the pit there? I think I did. We're going to see if with the latest update for this tournament. Let's see, right, it's still working against me with my little pit selector technique. I don't think they are because I think it's very minor. There's the pit, I can see it. So in theory, if my little pit selector thing's still working, this pit has to be despair because we've had an agony in this run already. Risky business. So we're going in there. We'll return to this spot. There we go. Pit despair. Now this one obviously isn't quite as good. Well, it's nowhere near as good for farming. But you may come across it. You do have to go through it. Steady. Although there are quite a lot of abominations. So there's that at least. I do realise that I am not wreathing myself in glory with lots and lots of headshots. At this point, a load of shots on both of these archways usually bring most of the enemies heading back here running. Reasonably easy shots. Not usually summon them in as well. Now, as long as that orphan doesn't make line of sight on us, he won't move. What? Yeah, quick lesson in a little bit of orphan manipulation. So we want, it's going to be up on those steps. We want to land this side of it so it comes back down this way at the very least. Mind. And you, do you mind? Right, so we're going to jump out, teleport there. That puts us in its direct path, and then it can't go this way, it'll usually go that way. Usually. Orphans are one of those terrible things in this game that have a tendency of not doing what they're supposed to do at the most inopportune moments. I mean, that's the bit. That's the big question these days, isn't it? Is it? Is it? Right, we want to be straight out of here. I believe it's a she, for it is wearing a dress, has long hair, and has a girlish laugh. Anything past that comment, I'm not even going to touch. Oh no. Hear that? I've got a heartbeat on. And I'm sure you guys are going to be loving that in the stream. So bear with me a second whilst I just turn it off. See, one of the things that I do, which is something I don't think I've mentioned before, when I fire a particularly long arrow, teleport bolt, like that, I make a point of doing some sort of movement, either going left to right, right to left, crouching, or a combination of all. The reason being is because if there's arrows on the way, you get out of the way of them. Okay, well, don't you worry, Sean. I'm going to turn it off. We're literally going to rest in sanctuary. And then I'm going to use this cack-handed right-hand bow. Super bright. You're supposed to sort this out. Why did it change it? We'll go back in. And there we go there. I've popped another, in the time that we've been talking, I've put another 300 kills on what I'm at, because I think this updates as soon as, I'm pretty sure it does update as soon as you save it. Now, I'm sure it would be very, very interesting for you guys to watch me get 1,000 kills using the methods that I just did. However, I don't think that's going to be the level of entertainment that we're looking for. So what I've also done is, because I've jumped out of that run and I'm now going back in, because I did have the heartbeat on, this is something that will actually be quite useful to you, because you'll probably find during your runs you will definitely be listening to that heartbeat regardless of how good you are, because you can't heal. And you'll know that I had that heartbeat on. I'm still on the same amount of life. I'm still on 2 life, but because I came out of the game and came back in again, that is the sound of beautiful silence, or at least ominous abyss. If I take another hit, the heartbeat will start back up again. I am still on death's door, regardless of these dark orange. I actually think that this is a feature of the game, in that they've got these orange ones as placeholders, so the game thinks that you've got more life than you have and doesn't play the heartbeat. Right, let's go. That's no. Make sure the channel's still going. Cool. I think I'm fairly up to date with the chat. Yeah, looking good. Oh, I must say as well, thank you very much for the turnout. It looks like we've got a good 20 odd people here, which, I'll be honest, for someone my size channel, I think I worked out today that if I got 3 in the chat, I should be ecstatic. So thank you all very much for coming and having a look. A little bit more plus. Although we have much of a plan what to do today. So we wouldn't know what we would do. Until late this afternoon. Easy. planned.
Whoa.
Another little taking Asmo strat. Some spawning here. Archers should teleport in. Nations will stay where they are. Hello, Natasha. Or goodbye, Natasha. Or you are leaving. Bam, 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 bam. Again, I'm not playing for points here. We are literally playing for points. So, I think most of you guys have seen what I'm doing here. But we'll go through it again for the purposes of anybody who's just joining us. Good girl, Natasha. I like it. Anyone curious as to what that does if it comes at you? Yeah, me neither. It just explodes. It's probably one of the most simple attacks in this game, and nobody knows what it does. I want to show you this. This is where I sit for this bit, because then I can come up here and I'm right behind everybody. Works out pretty nicely last time. Anybody who's struggling on an Asmo? I'm not going to follow this. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. This isn't an easy farm. But if we just kill those cupids and not the abominations, nothing else will turn up. Probably. We'll make a decision. Actually, that's that. Yeah. I can make him hit that one. Let's go. Now, if I die here, I'm not too bad. Oh. Oh, like Superman here. Oh, what are you doing? Got me. Right. So that's what we wanted to kind of do anyway. So I think I've put in the course of the stream, and bear in mind a lot of it, I'm just showing you the different points. I've put a good 400 kills on. And as you can see, so we farmed some cupids on Asmo. We farmed a lot of abominations in the pits. And we farmed a lot of abominations in the fight with Anakin. So, yeah, I mean, that's about it. 158,000 kills, so we're 10% of the way there. Beanie's leading the charge. I'll probably be catching him up tonight. I may just carry on doing a little bit more. Unless anybody has any requests, I may use this bow. What should we do? What shall we do? Let's try Abyss. We'll go straight to the pit, have a look. We'll go straight to Asmodeus and then see if I can get some revenge on my former crossbow life. you'll notice as well, when I'm rooftop hopping, I'm never still. Well, I was going to get to the point, right? Every time I'm hitting a roof, you'll see that I've got some sort of movement, be it left, right, forwards or backwards on the stick. Reason being is if I do that, there's a couple of easy kills there. Reason being is, oh, I love this guy. I can see you. Reason being is if you've got that slight slide on, it will either get you out of the way of most arrows or start their trajectory off, and then if you stop moving, they won't get you. So what I mean by that is, whilst I am pushing the locomotion stick forwards, if someone was to shoot me now, the arrow would go to where I'm heading for. So if you're moving forward and then the arrow, you see an arrow shot, if you stop still with the locomotion, they can't hit you. I'll be putting that in a video when one of my little 30 ticks fits. But try and show you, but I need something quite distant and not with a million and one arrows. Ooh, did I just hear what I thought I noticed? Oh. So, not you. You're not going to help me. Oh. Woo. Close calls, these. Way too close. If I only had that slow motion, eh? So let's see if I can demonstrate this. See, I miss all the time. There's one. I ask Super Bright on a regular basis to add the devil's advocate to the game. They won't bring it back. They just won't. So what I'm going to try and demonstrate here is I'm moving left and right. This guy will shoot to where I'm going. So if I stop, it should just about miss me. Moving left, stop. Moving right, stop. If you stop moving when they shoot, they can't hit you. Likewise, if you're standing still and then move, they shoot for where you were. Oh, that one was a bit close. You're not a very good demonstration partner. I mean, it'd be good for points, but that's not where the, that's inconsequential, or at least to me anyway. I don't care too much about points, because I love a good skin, and there's skins and legend points and all sorts of good stuff, and it's all for kills as a community. So you better believe that we're getting that. I will stay up night and day, if I have to make sure we get everything that's coming to us. Agony, agony, agony. That's this way. Right. So we'll fly through this. I mean, someone can start a timer if they like. See if I can do it in 90 seconds. Say, oh, what's that? What's that, about 5 seconds? 10 maybe? Where are you gone? Hey. On. This is why you shouldn't play the crossbow after the bow, kids. Oh, I get too close. I'm not even worried about you. So tempting. How's that timer looking, chat? Feeling it's coming up. I don't know, that was probably I'll go straight through there, but we're after kills. Let me just check on that summon. Yep, of course it has. Oh, you... Ah, come on! I was checking! So for those of you who don't know what that's doing as well, each block of life that we lose, and the armor that we start out with as well, which I think might be tied to progress, I don't know, produces the same effect as a Grace of God, which is absolutely ideal because I wanted to do a video on exactly what Grace of God does, and now it does it on every life. So that's one of the things that I'll probably be using this for. Grinning face with smiley eyes, grinning face with smiley eyes. Yes, Camille, I have to... Hey! Steady on, fella! Yes, I have done that, as far as the Cat 5 side of things is concerned. You don't, as I understand it, I don't think you actually need to touch them with your shield. It is the touching of your person that sets them, or not sets them off, but gets them standing stock still. Let's get to old ass, mate. Get some kills. Ah! Shit, Badgie. See, this is the long range game. This is my long range game. You're just going to throw yourself off, probably. Catch. Well, it was worth 106 gold, I guess. On another day, I wouldn't be trying to hit that first time, and I could spend hours putting about 20 arrows over that dude's head. But not today. Hey, my long-range game isn't bad, all right? I just, just a little, out of practice with the bow. I'm sure my long-range bow game will be better later on. No, I think there's only a handful of people that I know. I mean, even Beanie doesn't hit those shots first time. Let's face it, and LG doesn't either. Well, thank you, Sean. Yeah, maybe I am getting a bit sloppy, but that'll be all changing. I mean, you say sloppy. To be fair, I've literally just put down the crossbow doing No, you're probably right. I was playing the crossbow not so long ago. Let's see if we can... Let's add a little accuracy to our game. Ah! Start again. I suppose we're not paying by the hour. Cunts. I don't see how people shoot like this. Bloody barbarians. But it doesn't work! Oh no! No, it doesn't work. The shield doesn't actually connect with them, is the funny thing. Also, hey Weeble. But yeah, I don't think the shield actually does any sort of blocking because it doesn't make a sound and it doesn't connect. It's literally just it touching you. Well, I know if you hold it up for damage. What I'm saying is, I don't think it matters whether you have the shield up or not. They will still come to you, stop, and then you can move away. I think it's if you touch the fire. And that will be what we'll look at. Hello, Kyle. That's because you're feeling it, my man. Joining in on the strain and the stresses. Right. Easy dodges. It's probably the worst part about what you should improve is the shard. For points there. Oh, come on, dude. Got a headshot that guy. Can me moving left, right. I'm sure that they can't. Here, at least they would struggle. A bit of another's moving over here. Let's interrupt that. Ugh, I'm taking way too many. But smack that. I heard you. Well, let's say I've got an excuse for getting shoulders. Not really. So this is farming strat. One. It's risky though. Let's do a bit of house to Thanks for joining us. I expect you to be racking up those kills as of tomorrow. So yeah, the hardest part about this bit is racking up a rhythm. I mean, it depends on how you play control, sure. Oh, right on the edge. I'm getting absolutely wasted by Asmo here. It's probably the worst one for doing this farming on. Anakin's a lot easier. One thing to note, what I was talking about earlier, as far as movement is concerned, moving left and right, doesn't work so well. It doesn't work so well on the Cupids. And the reason being is because they shoot to the right and the left hand, as opposed to where you are, which can then make it even worse. You have to pay attention to those boulders. This dude's gonna kill me. But yeah, this is why this one's not a great place. It's bad enough having to come here to farm. Divine Slate 3 achievement. Oh, older. That's enough of that. Before we die, let's get the hell out of here. So yeah, as far as this is again for those of you who are just joining us. That's one place to farm. Don't do it like I did though. Like, don't get hit. It's a much better idea. Okay. Back to Purg. Who goes Desolation? I mean, really, it's not worth the points, is it? So, we're on Purgatory 2. Now, what does that mean? That means that as far as Anakin's concerned, there will be potentially an extra abomination or two. And there will also be a knight, which we should be able to put down fairly easily. And yeah, I do confess, I didn't bother getting any practice in on the bow before I came. Oh, it sounds like an orphan. No way. Didn't get lost. I don't need you. Interesting fact as well, as soon as you've hit that portal, nothing can hit you. So if you are speedrunning or rushing or looking to get to Anakin quick, or any of the bosses quick for that matter, as soon as you've hit that teleport portal with a teleport arrow, you are invincible. Right, we'll go this side. We should be able to put this dude down to low life pretty fast. Take out his guys. Not going to worry too much about setting off the knight. Put him out of commission. Hello. Oh, and he's standing still now. Right, that's going to have to be a redo. Because I'm not going to be able to stagger him quick enough. But that's fine, because we're here to farm. So what we're doing here is we're going to lead this this guy around the gardens like a old, wrinkled teddy bear. Set off his archers. Get all of these guys out of the way. You see that I'm cutting down the angles of attack there. And I know that they will stay in their alcoves and they won't teleport out of them until they lose line of sight in me. So I can reasonably safely move about at that point. Where do I want to summon the archers next? This place for summoning the archers when you've just got normal arrows is not an ideal concept, but it's one of the few places that we've got, so staggering. Do the damage we can. It's going to be breathing down our throat. Let's go. Again, I would probably do this a little different. I'm trying to do it safe, because I figure if I can give you guys something to copy, it'll mean that anybody can get farming Anakin in this method. Rack up those kills, that all-important leaderboard, because as much as I play this game, I don't think 1.5 million arrows, or kills rather, is within me within a week. Maybe not. Let's try over here. We are farming at cycle 2 here, which, I mean, I don't know, it's only worth an extra night every couple of seconds, but also puts on a decent amount of pressure. Plus, with the bow, it's a lot of shooting. Whew. Bear with. Hello, Vaughn. Sorry I missed you come in. Nice of you to join us. Where? I reckon we'll lead you for the last 6 into here. Ah, damn it! Right, well, I could have farmed him for a lot longer than that. I thought, this is why you always keep track of your kills. This is why you always keep count. So, next stop is Abyss. So let's get there quick. Notice that I'm planning on not staying long. Yeah, sorry, I think I caught the end of that. Yes, you can farm them indefinitely. That's dangerous. But we're in a rush. There's probably better routes that we can go. We'll go with this one. General routing on this level is, as long as you keep moving, he says, shouldn't take too many hits. Having said that, there will be plenty of times where you might have to fight yourself out of it if you don't stick to the routes, which we should have been doing. Well, it's the one tip that I will get to show you guys twice today. This one might be quite useful for whilst we're playing because you're not going to be able to heal. So if you get the heartbeat, oh, look at these cheeky boys trying to shoot me whilst I'm saving. Yeah, that's right, Sean. The pits. I still think the pit of agony. Oh, come on, hit that dude. There we go. Oh, headshot as well. Um, let's just wait for that to blow over a second. I ain't playing that game with the red one on my last piece of life. But yeah, the Pit of Agony is the only problem. When you get to Abyss, you could get one of two pits. We need the Pit of Agony. If you get the Pit of Despair, if you then quickly run through a cycle, the next pit that you get should always be Agony. So yeah, you guys can hear the heartbeat right now. You'll probably have that happening whilst you're playing as well. One of the ways that you can turn that off, rest in Sanctuary. And then, upon our return to the game, you'll hear that we won't have that heartbeat anymore. Although I am still on death's door, unfortunately. Just like in the video I did. So let's try not to die to Gabriel Cycle 2. I'm still a little mixed as to what the best strategy is here. I'm pretty sure, depending on what you're doing, I'm pretty sure it's going for a bit of agony. Let's get this dude off. I want you this side. One of the things to note, because I know Tiff's been asking about this a little bit, how to manipulate Gabriel, which way to make him go. The less, try and show you. It's a difficult concept to explain. If I make it so that there is more daylight to the left and more pillar to the right, he will usually go left. He'll go away. He'll try and get to the center of my vision. Like that. If I go to this side, he should come across this way. He wants to be in my vision. Thankfully can't hit me because the pillars stuff may be getting hit. And there he is. Because I've been told that people are getting killed, myself included, at later cycles because they don't know how to control him, and that he eventually goes extremely in one direction. Yeah, I found a lot of people getting him where he goes extremely one direction, floats all the way along all this clear space, and then ends up on top of the island. That's where he'll start doing his sword plunging attack. That's where he'll start spawning minions. And let me tell you, because I've been on the receiving end of it very recently on the crossbow, it is not a nice experience when he does that. It's what ended my crossbow run just recently. Messing about, trying to capture footage and trying to do silly things whilst trying to play game and get a decent score. But can't blame anybody but myself. It's the life I chose. Ish. So we are going to go straight for there. Now, because the first one was definitely Despair, I think, this should be Agony, but the problem is we've left the game. But we got Agony anyway, so we might have got a bit lucky there. Yeah, if you get one of the two pits, i.e. the Pit of Despair, the one that you don't want, on your first cycle, if you stay within the same game, i.e. you don't leave, then the next pit has to be Agony. Again, I did one of my little tips and 30 ticks videos on my page. I'm going to let you go. No, I'm not. Consider yourself lucky today. Because we're here to farm and nothing else. A full auto type. What do you mean full auto type arrow? As in, like, multiple shot? Or as in full you have to forgive me because it's reading out the text for me, so I heard a full multiple shot arrow, which we kind of already have in Hail of Arrow. It's just very loosey-goosey. Let's get out of here and take care of these dudes. We've already got one. We've already got one in, oh, I thought I heard you. Little run under there. Yeah, we've already got one in Hail of Arrows. But obviously, we're not allowed that in this mode, because no special arrows. Yeah. Should we play it safe on him? Yeah, let's play it safe because we want to do some farming here. I'd like trying up my score tonight. So one of the ways that I found that's quite a good way, because that is a difficult shot, you can alert a lot of people. It's a good point scoring shot. I don't think I'll hit it from... I mean, I probably can. But you run the risk of alerting stuff down there, and there's some nasty stuff down there, especially in Ega cycles. I find if you make sure that he's attacking you, and you wait, he will come eventually. I've also got to keep eyes out for the other things that are about there. Problem is, this would involve playing the patience game, wouldn't it? Let's give him a minute, see what he does, because we are on 1 life. And I'd like to do a bit of farming before I die. What we're waiting for at this point is not his talking, because his talking is always preceded by a fireball. We're waiting for his laugh. His laugh is the key that he's going to, or his sound cue that he's going to teleport. Well, he played ball the first time. It doesn't look like he's going to this time, so let's see what we can do with him. Take you out first. And your dude over there. See, I'm not being amazingly accurate. I'm playing it very safe here, because I don't want to get capped by one of those guys. That thing that I was saying about with the fireballs, or with the arrows rather. Now you move. I really got space. I've demonstrated that another time. So, nice bit of farming to be done here, as I've shown already in the crossbow, because all of these count as kills. Oh! All the kills here count towards our kill total as a community. So this is where I'm going to be spending the next few days, probably here, because there's a lot coming, and it's relatively simple and easy. I like to sit up the top there, and I would normally be a little bit more aggressive and clear this out. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the... That would have helped with it. And play a little less, he says, a little safer approach. And steadily roar everything over to me. Tidy up. Let's go and do that. Just these two dudes. Double headshot those guys. Quick. You can get them before they teleport, which works for a good few cycles. Good reason to get right up in their faces. Now what you'll see at this cycle, is there's a few more enemies at a time now. And we've got to be very careful about those ones wandering around. So they need dealing with. I think standing on top of here disrupts the pathing of the abominations. Right, well, that was one of my finest accidental headshots. Bear with. There we go. I think we're all up to date. Yep. Accidental headshots. Don't you just love them? So yeah, normally we would stand here, take out all of these guys. Each one counts as a kill. If you find you're getting swarmed by two of them, you could do what I've done and take one of them out, because that's what I planned to do as a demo. You believe that? You believe anything? So yeah, you know, if you wanted a really low impact, but at least getting steady and consistent kills and helping towards getting all of those unlocks, this is probably the easiest place for it. I mean, what's this? Kill every couple of seconds. At cycle 1, they would be a little bit slower in the spawning. But yeah. So for those of you that are still here, what's the quality of the stream like? Because obviously I haven't really had a chance to have a look. How does it look? How's it coming through? Good, bad, terrible, average? I am listening now because I've just sorted out my my headset. Awesome. Hello, Virtual Diablo, you snuck in. I was waiting for somebody to say about that. I'll be honest with you, Sean, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the higher cycles on one life. I mean, I might be able to, we'll see. Hello, Mr. Holland. This is cycle 2. And I thought you were going to come in on your faffing account, John. That's the one that I've given you the privileges on. Yeah, in response to Sean's question, yes, just missing me, but that's the one thing that is just a little bit more of a pain in the ass to do. I don't put myself in my videos usually because I figure you can see everything that I'm doing here and you don't need to see me jumping around my my play space and knocking into stuff. Although I guess I'll maybe put a poll out at some point, and if enough people say we need to see what you do, then I'll consider it. But in the meantime, I was planning on just streaming like this. So yeah, for those of you that might be wondering what the hell I'm doing, this is a lovely, lovely, lovely way to get kills. I've accidentally killed one of the summoners. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so what we're doing here is we're farming kills. So this is just in the abyss. I didn't mean to kill one of the summoners, I did that by accident. What you could do once you've cleared the level, sit over here and just farming. Yeah, I mean, if somebody said to me, this is what you would be doing on your Tuesday evening, sitting here farming abominations, Instead of other things, well. Oh yeah, sorry, Sean. I was gonna answer that question. Oh well, let's see if I can answer it live. What would be the best way to do this? I tell you what, Sean. If you're happy to stick around, I'll do it. Oh no, I died. Right, we're gonna put the crossbow on. We're gonna get as high a cycle as possible. Quickly. Oh yes, we do. Yeah. So we're at one. We need to be at 1.5 million. We're at 170,000. Yeah, we do. Speedrun time indeed. My favorite. So in the time that I've been doing the stream, I've managed to put 1,000 kills on. And that's without doing this efficiently. That's more showing off what you can do. I do wonder what color that's of. Just for those tuning in, because I didn't speak about this. I assume that star represents legend points. I can't remember an actual symbol representing legend points, or if that's actually on our leaderboard. But I assume that's what that 75 is. Obviously, this is going to be another glove color. Black, maybe? I don't know. Another shard color. That's something that I asked for. I definitely think we should have different shard colors. That would be awesome. And that shield looks lovely. Anyway, speedrun time. So what I'm going to attempt to show you quick. It's going to take some time, though. Even speedrunning. It's going to be... it's going to take a while. So, what we're going to do is we're going to try and get to... Abyss. We're going to try and get a pit. We're going to hope it's agony. So that I can kind of show off the differences in cycles. To be fair, I haven't really studied it too much since they changed it. Because I've kind of done the videos that I needed to do to show people that you could farm those various things and the best ways to go about it. That has kind of changed a little bit now because the... Oh, it's you, isn't it? Right, stop it. Stop it. Stop that. Let's go. Speed running to do. Break some world records. Boss. Yeah, so what I'm hoping to do is show off. I don't think there's a massive difference in it, if I'm honest. It used to be every 2 cycles meant the summoners could spawn an extra one, and they also get a little bit faster for the purposes of really hammering through this. But we shall see. I need to spend some more time with the event to find out what's best, because I can clock up a lot of kills. A lot of players, especially with a crossbow, can clock up a lot of kills just rattling through the levels. Paradise Lost is probably one of the best levels for it because cherubs aren't too difficult to hit and they go down fast. I'd recommend anybody who can use the crossbow do so, because it doesn't matter about distance, so you might as well be in their face. And whilst you're in their face, you might as well be doing as much damage as possible. I'm going to streak what I was talking about earlier. not using shields. Touch, touch, touch. Move. Shield. Touch, touch, touch. Damn it. Well, it did make sense. Yeah, 1.5 million is a lot of kills. However, it's only been a day for a 10% already, and it's not even been a full. And I'm not following. He's back. The Faff Master's back. To learn. Whoever was talking about the rapid fire earlier, if they're still here, it works best on the crossbow. It's good, it's alright, but I wouldn't recommend it on the bow. There's better arrows. On the crossbow, hail of arrows, just you think I'm firing fast now, hail of arrows makes this absolutely ridiculous. Some of the bosses and some characters very fast. However, little known fact, or rather little known bug at the moment, which even though I use it more than he does, Camille spotted again, was that hail of arrows has also probably been bugged quite some time, in that the second and third arrow that is fired from the crossbow longbow from hail of arrows does body shot damage to the head. Now, that is good in that we can score more points out of that. That's not what I wanted for. I wanted to get lots of headshots, but mainly for the quick kill. What, with hail or just standard Diablo? I mean, there's a couple of schools of thought as far as rapid fire is concerned. I used to have it at my hip. I used to do that. Okay, so what I'm doing, right, you're talking about actually seeing my hand movements in real life. Right, I get you. I mean, it's not a great level for it. Okay. Yeah. That arrow I would like. Yes to the full auto, like turn this thing into a machine gun. I mean, hashtag machine gun crossbow for life. I'll take that happily. Yeah, I'll take a machine gun crossbow all day. Yeah, Asmo's always going to be a bit of a pain, regardless of what I do. It's one of the bosses that I find I have to really tailor down the audio when I remember, and usually I cannot do anything talk-wise with Asmo in the background. This is so bloody loud. Right, now that we've got somewhere a little bit quieter, see if I can demonstrate these techniques a little bit Now, obviously, you can only see what I've got. No worries, dude. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, as far as the rapid fire is concerned, what you'll see me doing, hopefully, is this movement. Now, I've moved from... I used to have it down here, and I still do from time to time, but I find that that isn't quite as responsive. And just to slow it down, you'll see what I'm doing. And I find the rapid fire mastery in this, I've probably said before, comes from the button timings. If you just do that with your hand, it's almost like you're stroking the top of the crossbow, and you concentrate on the triggers. What I found myself doing more and more is moving it a little bit further in front, but still doing the same thing. And the reason being is because you can get away with the reload in a much bigger area. So you can see my hand moving in places where I'm clearly not reloading a crossbow bolt, but it's still reloading anyway. About here, like if you see Camille play, he plays like this. He reloads from down here with the crossbow, which works. It works fine. But there is a point where you can lose it. Anyway. Yes, John, I have a flip up. No worries. Yeah, hopefully that was a good, or kind of a good tutorial. I don't think it would make too much odds if you could actually see me in real life. As for Rico, we believe he doesn't even play the crossbow. Yes, I told you. It's just behind the trigger. So yeah, with the crossbow, you want to be getting this over and done with as quickly as possible. If we keep moving, we should be able to be hit and not have to deal with these dudes. Ah! Finisher. Ah, well. Oh, cheeky! For those of you who don't realise what just happened, the first hit was legit. The second hit was me being too quick. Once Anakin was dead and getting hit by his aura in death. What a prick. Yeah, let that be a lesson to you. Now, one of the things that this level, that Paradise is actually really good for the speedrunner, which I'll hopefully show you in a minute. Quick. Oh, that wasn't a good shot. That wasn't a good shot either. Is some of those levels when they finish up. Actually, no, they've added that now, so it doesn't make too much odds. No, ignore what I was saying. Right. Speed through Gabriel. What are we on? Cycle 2. Time. As you'll have seen from what I was spouting in my last video, push him off, wait for that change of posture, he does his sword strike, drill, 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 back again, 2, 3, as long as we stay close to the pillar, I don't think he actually ever does his retreating strike. I've only been able to get him to do his retreating can strike very intermittently. All right, let me just check on you guys. Knocking abominations is always a good one. There's one for you. And ending them with a headshot is a nice one. What's there faffing about on the floor? Yes, Gabriel is going to be an absolute twat at later cycles without any of the good stuff. But then, to be fair, the only thing that I usually use on him these days is Hog. Cycle 14, I think it was, put me to shame on that one, trying to milk Gabe for everything that he was worth. Well, if you want like this mode permanently, my only suggestion would be make yourself vocal. Be on the Discord, probably not so much on the Facebook, because I don't think... I mean, Beanie frequents the Facebook, and he is the company. But yeah, make it known that you are loving what you see. I don't see why they won't keep them around, but I guess if they're not very popular, or if they're not asked for, then they may just hold them to one side for another tournament in the future or something along those lines. I'm happy with anything else. Hell, make this its entire own mode. Make this a seasonal leaderboard. I'd be happy with that. It's something else for me to tear apart. Don't you just love that shot? I've been playing IDU way too long. I've been playing IDU since the days of Beanie just joining. That's what I can usually relate it to, which I think we worked out the other day that he's been playing for a couple of years, or maybe just less. It's definitely a year and a half. Year and a half to 2 years. It's the hours that I've put in this that I would be more worried about than the years that I've been playing it. You can play a game on and off for years, but this game has had some hours out of me, let me tell you. To be fair, I would love to and hate to see how many hours that I've put into this. I can definitely tell you that it would surprise me, horrify me. In that case then, I came in, what's that, 2020, I would have came in just after John. I started playing this almost on the release of Siege of Heaven. The Siege of Heaven mode, because the game was on discounted, why I picked it up, because they were adding new content, and I've been playing the game for ages. As I've said before, in using various bits and pieces that I've wrote, I almost didn't get this game. I couldn't understand games where numbers jump out of enemies' heads. I have asked Super Bright for a mode so that we can get rid of the numbers. I was kind of hoping that they might do that in this purist thing, but there you go, live and learn. You don't need them, and I think I don't know, I just don't like the numbers in the game, because it just takes, I don't know, it detracts a little from the experience for me. I know Borderlands is an amazing game. I never played it because of the numbers bouncing up on the shot. Which is lame, I know. means I've missed one hell of a game there. But yeah, as far as how long I've been playing, I would have said, I think it would then be October 2020, September. So yeah, year and a half. I really did. I've actually had it, and I wish I'd recorded it. I've actually had it where numbers and life bars didn't display on enemies. And it was a glitch, and I had it during a run, and it was whilst one of the many runs that I did. Whilst I'm harvesting footage from the game. Yeah, you haven't been playing very long then, not middle of season 4 was it's like yesterday. But you've been doing really well. I've been watching your scores and your progress on the Facebook. Very well done. It's really cool on the Facebook and the Discord to see all of you guys posting all your scores, because I remember that happening back in my time. It didn't happen as often, and the scores were always pitiful, and nobody ever made much progress, and there was just a couple of names. And now there's loads of you. Definitely going to be giving the likes of me a run for my money. I don't think for season 5, I don't think I said top 3 all categories. I don't think I said that this time. Did the seasons not start with Siege of Heaven, John? I thought they started. Or maybe Siege of Heaven was the first season then. I can't even remember. Another little way to do your teleporting. You can do the long shots, but short ones. Well, that's very nice of you to say, Sean. Hopefully, I mean, that's what I do, and that's why I do it, to try and help. Hello, I'm a Rainbow. I am Cycle 2. Let's just get this. I'll take one life for science. Just one though. Actually, no, this is cycle 3, isn't it? Seems like I'm up against it. Yeah, I might be the Boromir here. Woo! Almost. Pretty sure that one had my name on it. I did start in Abyss, didn't I? And yeah, thank you very much. Anyone I've helped, it's always nice to hear. Even if you've just got a little bit better from some of my videos and ramblings, then happy days. That's very nice. I know it's appreciated. It's also very nice to hear it. Is that hit? No, that's not hit. Let's go this way then. You'll see, because I'm doing reasonably short bounds and not taking taps. Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. It's all really nice to hear. I mean, I'm not going to start crying or anything, but it is very nice to hear that it's all appreciated and that you're all getting better. Do you know what the horrible truth is? I have said it before. The horrible truth is, I do videos, tutorials, various bits and pieces like this to cement my own techniques. It's a bit of a thing that I've picked up in my many years in the martial arts world, is that if you can do a thing, and you can do a thing well, happy days, but you can only get so far. If you can then teach that thing, that's then the next level. And if you can teach it, you should be able to get better at it. Thankfully for you lot, my philosophy is also that whilst I'm teaching, if I can't make anybody better than me, then I shouldn't really be teaching. So that is always... Oh, I need to get you off the level. That's always my philosophy for teaching, is to try and get people better than I am. Yeah, the ID community is absolutely awesome. And yeah, you did, you definitely did. Oh, I'm not doing, if I can't make students my masters, then I'm not doing it right. And yeah, Sean, you doing it in 36 hours is a fantastic achievement. I think it took me 2 sit-ins to do that, and I put the technique together. Well, at the very least, whether you believe me or not on making everybody better at this game than I may be perceived to be, it is true. Because if I'm not teaching on that basis, it's also one of the things that don't get me wrong, I love IDU, but I also get sick of the same names, and that is slowly starting to change. Oh yeah, cheers, John. I thought he said grace of God. I thought it might have been rays of God. Should have thought it was grace of God. Yeah, grace of God stops you, as John said, stops you dying. It basically holy wins. But in this mode, when I get hit, each bar of life that I've got acts as a grace of God. When you get hit, it puts the game into a quarter of the speed, or probably less than that. It's better, it's greater than slow time, and slow time's about a quarter, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it's 1/5, 1/6 of the time, and it shoots out an unholy wind shockwave that staggers everything, knocks everything, stops you taking, like destroys arrows and fireballs and such. be. Yes, I hope I have helped you get higher on the leaderboard. Problem is, it makes my job harder. Well, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't enjoy it, so... And yes, John, I did get my chatting gizmo. Whee! I did get my chatting gizmo going. So I can hear you trying to respond. But it's it's going to take some practice because it's covering an ear, which is kind of sound. I won't talk too much here because I know this is bloody loud, and there's unfortunately there's not much that I can do about this loud dude. So keep it quiet. Such. If only I could. If only I could stop. This can't stop now. Hey, look. Would you rather be Would you rather be a big fish in a small pond or a big fish in a huge pond? I know which one I would. If I'm going to be good or great or the best at something, I want it to be because it's out of a lot of people as opposed to a select few. I like to attack here, because then you can go up here and attack these guys. Quite nicely. For you. Yes, always the more the merrier. Yes, it does stir the competition pot. And if there's one thing that I like doing, it's stirring pots. It does make my job harder. Must keep moving. Remember, don't have slow down. Keep moving. I remember a time when the shard used to actually be quite good. I don't use the shard anywhere near as well as I should used to. Believe it or not, I think John will remember this actually. There was a time where you could hold the directional stick and tap the shard button, and you could keep your hand straight and just do the joystick and that, and you would shard right, and hold the joystick left and you would shard left, instead of having to do this motion. I don't know why they got rid of that. I really used to like that. But yeah, they definitely got rid of it. Right, what cycle are we on? We're on cycle 4. Okay, right, now we're going to start having a look at the pits. If I can even get past Anakin. I might have to take that a little slower, because as fast as I am, I haven't got hail. So... might have to actually get spark miles. Cycle 5. You were asking about my little chat earwig idea, John. One of the problems that I have, and I can't do anything about it, is my phone keeps on going in, which is what I've got it rigged up to through the chat. Keeps on going into standby mode, and I can only get it so the screen times out. 10 minutes is the maximum. I can't make it stay on indefinitely, so it's a bit of a pain. But when things go silent, as long as I remember to tap my phone and have a look, we're all good. Quick, you can progress through it. Honestly, I think we're probably better off at... How do I do this? Let's do it proper. It's probably better to do it at cycle 1, just because it's easy. Did that trigger? Oh yeah, 2 nights now. Danger team. Goblins approaching indeed. Out of my face. Alright. More carefully. These leads. Yeah, it does. But if you do it at higher cycles, oh, cheeky boy, what's that? If you do it at those much higher cycles, there is the fact that he spawns more and more often. Like for instance, even here, I'm farming at a much quicker rate, just because there's loads more knights, loads more nasty stuff coming at me. So it's going to be a little bit more taxing. I thought it was going to be. What he wouldn't do. What is he without his winter's bite, eh? You get in here? See you later. So what we're hoping to do then, because I think I've got about enough time, is we're going to try and get to Abyss, see what pit we get given. If we get given Agony, happy days, and we'll do a bit of farming, and then I'll probably see about coming off. If we get a Despair, we'll obviously have to do it. And then we'll try and get through to Agony again. Don't worry, if I was going to blame anybody for taking hits, it's my own stupid fault for streaming this sort of thing. I'm putting the pressure on myself. So the fact that I'm just the method that I'm doing so that I can chat with you guys is the problem. And it's not because you're talking in my ear, it's because I've got something in my ear. And it's, I mean, to be fair, that knight got me from the right, so I can't even fess that one. But yeah, definitely, it's going to be something I'm going to have to get used to. But I think it works. Thank you for the commendation on my multitasking skills. I don't know what the sort of delay is with me answering. I'm trying to answer as quick as possible. I think it's coming through about as quickly as I'm answering it. But this lady's a very slow talker who's chatting to me. Cool. Oh, it works then. The shops being ruins are they're definitely an awesome feature. I think it was the first thing I commented on. Oh, let's see if we can make it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Quickly. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. I will get that shot. Probably not on stream. But yes, it's the first thing I commented on, the shops being ruined. It's those little details. We're not allowed to go in there, so Super Bright have smashed them to bits. It's brilliant. Doesn't take a lot of effort. It's not high impact. Doesn't mean anything or do anything. But what it shows for me is, as we all know, we've got a developer that actually cares about what they're doing with their game, showing it off. The little details. It's always the little things, and they definitely are magnified when it comes to VR. Oh, except needles. Fuck Super Bright and taking my needles away. But as you'll have seen from last season, my scoring went through the roof without needles. Yeah, it's probably for those of you who play games with me, other bits and pieces, and have chatted to me, you'll know me for the very colourful language person that I am. For those of you who have just listened to my videos, oh, we were supposed to be doing pits, wasn't we? Oh, almost forgot. Yeah, I'm quite a colourful languaged gentleman, shall we say. Is there a clever way in here? I've never really bothered looking. Let's not be too clever. Let's just sort these dudes out. You bit. Here come the ghosts. Hello. Oh dear. Very good. Well done, witches. I never get hit by those. Can we get it from there? Probably. Let's have a go. If not, I'm going to end up getting ghosted here. Yes! He's in there! Yes! Bit of agony. Hey. Right, so. What if I do use colourful language if I don't? My language. I'm surprised I've been very restrained in this in the stream so far, actually. Here's an example of some colourful language, although I've got to be careful with how I phrase this. Yes, the colourful language definitely helps. What you want? Yes, colourful language is good, Diablo. Fee, as far as the runs carrying on, what you mean my run or just runs in general? If you can basically, if you're saying what I think you're saying, you can basically save game at the shops like you normally would. However, it's a bit risky because you're actually exposed to the enemies whilst you're saving if you're doing what I'm doing. Now, this one can fuck right off. I don't care. I'll put my finger on my other ear. Can't actually hear that. Good, there you go. Didn't hear it. Didn't matter. Right. On. Ooh, cheeky one there. Yeah. Right, the motion pattern of the orphan I will unpack in just a minute. As far as fear, I think Sean's answered most of your question there, but just to recap on that, your kills are cumulative, so the kills that you get across all the runs that you do all add up. Your score, like the leaderboard, is your top score. So for instance, I think my top score is like 400,000, and I've just been doing this. The thing is, the top score, there are no rewards. There is nothing for having the top score. So I will be bowing out of trying to bother going for a top score because it isn't going to get us anything. I don't care of getting first place in points because, well, I want to make sure that we get the gloves, and I want to make sure that we get the shield, and I want to make sure that we get the whatever the shard is. So yes, you can continue your run like a normal game. As far as the orphan is concerned, if you teleport next to the orphan will run away from you. If you teleport next to the orphan when the orphan is taking off, it will stop it, it will interrupt that animation, and it will run from you. The orphan, as a general rule, will always try and put distance from you. One of the things I'm working with at the moment is there is a sweet spot. There is a sweet... Oh yeah, everyone will get the skin, Sean. If I have anything to do with it, I'll be sat here farming all day. I love a good skin in my favourite game. As far as the... Where was I on the pathing of the orphan? One of the things that I'm trying to put down in a video, and will put down in a video at some point, what video it will be, I don't know yet, is there is a sweet spot that you can get the orphan into, in that it is too far away to run and will only try and teleport, and as long as you tag it, it won't be able to teleport, so you can kind of not stun lock it. The problem with the orphan is because it wiggles around all over the place when you shoot it, stun locking it can be a little bit difficult. Quite right, Nob. Well, this is what we're here to have a look at, to see if it's worth the effort. I think it won't be worth the effort unless you're able to get to a much higher standard than this. Yes, the orphan is just one kill. Cheers, John. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so your best... Oh, there he is. I was wondering what you got to. Cheers, Sean. Yeah, so I think impact. Yep, nice one, Virtual Diablo. Thank you very much for tuning in. Take the crossbow lessons that I have to give you and run with them. Ah, you guys have to be every time I engage. It's like they're listening, engaging in chat. Yes, V, you're quite right. The orphan is just one kill, and in the game that I'm playing is I want lots and lots and lots of kills. So I care very little for the orphan. I mean, you could go after if you wanted to. As I said, I care. I probably won't be playing the score game unless we get done with the kill game after day one. Yeah, they're definitely spawning faster. There's probably the fact that I'm having to move around. I think they're spawning faster. If you watch, yeah, they're definitely spawning faster because I'm struggling to keep on top of them. Okay. Anyone want to join me on a Tuesday night where I'm just going to sit here and shoot abominations for the rest of it? Let's tell you what, let's leave them. Oh, what was that? What was that? Oh, did you hit me whilst I was teleporting? What a guy. Whew. What I was going to do, although it's quite difficult, although I think there's a spot just about here. Let's see. Because I know they drop into that bit of lava there. And I know sometimes they'll spawn on those bits of lava. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, there is a cap as to how many abominations these guys can spawn. And I also know... Oh, I know what the hit was from. It was from his bloody aura as I teleported past him like a knob. Right. As long as we got that cleared up. Now, what side is the better side? Another thing that you may or may not have seen, when you... Because this is something that I've never actually mentioned. See all that swirling gubbins around the summoner? That means you are very close to his aura, and if you move much further forward, you will get damaged. So if you're after a top tip during this stream, there it is. Right, sorry about that. I was just putting getting my earwig sorted again. What shield skin? Oh, what, the one we're playing for, or the one that I have? And yeah, what I was saying just then before, I think I can't remember if I stopped. Well, I think the legend points thing is the numbers that are on those pedestals. So the first tier is 75 legend points. The next tier is a glove skin with 150. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't remember that far back. This is the one problem with me doing this, the chat being read out to me, is if I don't respond to it pretty quickly, my memory is fucking terrible. So I might forget. So yeah, I can't remember what she was talking about. shield-wise, I'm sure she might have been talking about there's a shield skin that we can unlock as one of the rewards. This is the only problem at this angle. It's a lot easier to hit that summoner. So yeah, I don't know if you can see, just re-emphasise that point, because it's worth knowing, I guess. Especially if you're going to be doing this and you're planning on getting quite close. Is you can see those swirling light show that the summoner's got. That means that we are very close to getting close enough to him to take damage. I would say probably about there, and we would start taking damage from his aura. That does get bigger as well. One of the little known things with Anakin is over the cycles, he actually increases in size, and that increases his aura as well. With the summoners, I don't think that they increase in size, but they definitely... Oh, I knew I heard one. They definitely get a bigger aura. So like, for instance, a couple of cycles time, and I wouldn't be able to stand here without taking damage and doing this. I don't think. Yeah, it's a shame, really. They had to get rid of... I liked it when the... for the very brief time that we had, where the summoners actually regened, made this bit a little bit easier. Right, carry on. But yeah, they had to get rid of it because with a combination of sitting really far back, because it only came in beginning of season 5, and I basically said, now you've got to get rid of that, because when they regenerated, you could sit all the way back up there, and you could just headshot them, and then wait for them to regen their life, and then headshot them again. And if you're that way inclined, well, you could just sit here, in essence, for days and days and days, doing that. And then we had a bit of an incident with these guys counting for points if you could make enough of them spawn and then despawn, but that's been addressed. So I don't think there was anybody really doing either of them, but there were things that needed to be addressed. Well, what a live stream, huh? Thing is, if you guys keep chatting to me, I'll stay here. And if every kill that I'm getting is going towards unlocking you skins and you legend points for the community, then I am doing you a favour. So keep me entertained and I'll stay. Well, I would, Sean, but I can't because things like that happen, and that dude buys it through being very inaccurate with the crossbow. Yes, they are. So, if you were to go onto the leaderboard now, I think the last time we checked, I was at 2,200. Hey, Missy Dog. I think that's in death, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, all of this counts. This all counts towards kills, not points. yes, all kills from spawns, from abominations, from Anakin, from Asmodeus' Cupids, but that one's a little bit intense. These ones, the summoners in the regular game. As for, is this quicker? Is this better than going through the normal game? Don't know. It's easier. Definitely easier. Yes, that is the Monk Hunter. It's a lot safer. I think it's quicker, or at the very least, it's as quick. And the thing is, if this dude is sat here, just shooting these guys all day for you, well, that's A, less work for you to have to do, and B, one less guy trying to climb up the leaderboards and trying to get a huge score. I'm not planning on running that race this time through. To be fair, I do wonder how far I could get, and I reckon, without Winter's Bite, without the crutches of Winter's Bite and Hand of God, and Hail and such, and Cats, I reckon I should be able to do Anakin 6. I think I might struggle on Anakin 7. I think most people would tap out at Anakin 8, maybe 9 or 10. We shall see. Right, what time are we on? The summoners all want a bathroom break. They're not the only ones. I'll want a bathroom break eventually. But this is quite a... I mean, you know, whilst I'm doing this, you have me. You have my undue attention. You can ask me whatever you like about the game. He does. It is relaxing. It's easy. Yeah, in Death Unchained or Missy Dog or Monk Hunter is one of the first guys that I was actually watching when I started playing. Yeah, he's well, as I'd say, Sean, I wouldn't take any private messages or bits and pieces not being replied to as personal, because believe you me, we do get a few. So, and sometimes there is just not enough hours in the day, and one thing leads to another, and you forget, or something happens, or what have you. I'm quite blessed with a fair bit of free time, but a lot of it I push into this. But the Monk Hunter does a lot of good work. I've missed seeing his videos, but as I understand it, life finds a way to get in the way of stuff. No, that's cool, Sean. Right. think... Right, 2.5 hours. That's not a bad amount of streaming for a first time. And seeing as this was a bit of a test stream, so I am going to end that summoner and end it there. What I might do is I will probably carry on playing this file and see if it makes too much of a difference in the next agony, which means I've got to do it a couple more. But yeah, thank you very much for everyone that tuned in. Thank you very much for showing up. Yeah, no worries, Indef. You're most welcome. It's definitely time for pits. Yeah, oh, I'm glad you all enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Right, nice one. I think my lady has done all the messages. So again, thank you very much. And yeah, I think we'll be doing this again.